in German Romantic and Expressionist art, and in literature like Der Tod in Elizabeth Duss musical, death is not simply an event, it is a presence, often depicted as a companion, a dancer, or even a seducer. This personification suggests that death is not an external enemy but a constant partner, reminding us of transience. In that sense, it resembles what the Gita calls the inevitability of change, anitya. The soul leaves the body as one discards old garments. Krishna's counsel to Arjun is not morbid but liberating. You have the right to action alone, but not to its fruits. Weapons do not cut the self, it is unborn, eternal. The Gita teaches that detachment, vairagya, comes from understanding that the Atma is untouched by death or pleasure. This detachment allows one to act in the world without being enslaved by fear or craving. If we bring the two together, Der Tod personifies the finitude of the body. The Gita points to the eternal self, which witnesses death but is not destroyed by it. The ultimate truth is that what dies is form, what is real is the unchanging ground of being. Seeing this truth can dissolve many of our anxieties, including those around desire, legacy, and satisfaction. Historically and in literature, women's satisfaction has often been framed in terms of pleasing others or fulfilling external roles as wife, mother, muse. A more profound dimension of satisfaction comes when a woman, and even a man, claims spiritual agency. To see herself not merely as a body but as a conscious being. To act and love without being bound by fear of loss or the demand for constant self sacrifice. When this insight is integrated, detachment is not suppression of feeling, it is the freedom to love, create, and experience joy without clinging. We can picture it as concentric circles. The outer circle is worldly satisfaction, including bodily desire, social recognition. The inner circle is psychological contentment, harmony, creativity, love. At the core lies the truth of the self, free from gain and loss, birth and death. Der Tod, or death, reminds us the outer circle is impermanent. The Gita points us to the core. When a person, woman, or man roots herself in that center, the outer satisfaction becomes choices rather than compulsions. Death teaches us urgency. The Gita teaches us equanimity. Women's fulfillment expands when it is not tied only to external approval but to inner freedom. In that synthesis, the ultimate truth is neither cold detachment nor worldly indulgence, but the clarity that life's dance, including love, creativity, grief, is fleeting, while the witness within is untouched. In the musical Elizabeth, the musical, death is personified as an enigmatic, alluring figure who pursues Elizabeth throughout her life. He is not cruel, he is often portrayed as offering her liberation from the suffocating constraints of imperial court life and patriarchal expectations. This death is almost romantic, yet represents the inevitability of mortality and the pull of transcendence. For Elizabeth, Der Tod becomes the only consistent companion who recognizes her yearning for freedom. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna teaches, "For the born, death is certain, for the dead, birth is certain. The self is never slain, it is eternal." Death is not a villain but a threshold. Attachment to transient forms, beauty, fame, approval, is the cause of suffering. Liberation or moksha comes from detachment, acting without clinging to the results, knowing one's true nature as the imperishable self. Elizabeth's life story shows her hunger for autonomy in a patriarchal society, the tragedy of being reduced to roles wife, empress, mother, national symbol of beauty. Her bond with Der Tod symbolizes her search for inner freedom, freedom that her worldly life denied her. In this sense, Der Tod stands for the ultimate satisfaction of a soul yearning to escape roles imposed by the society. From the Gita's lens, True satisfaction arises not from worldly approval or sensual fulfillment, but from knowing the self. The dissatisfaction of women and anyone marginalized often springs from being trapped in roles and expectations rather than living in alignment with their deeper self. Desire is not evil, but clinging to it causes suffering. Death is not an enemy, it reveals the limits of worldly attachments. The ultimate truth is that all forms, power, beauty, fame, pass away, and freedom lies in realizing that one's essence is not bound by them. Elizabeth's final surrender to their thought can be interpreted as a tragic defeat in historical terms, yet also an allegory for the soul's release from worldly bondage, an image that resonates with Gita's teaching that death is a passage, not an annihilation.